And anchor for this hour of CBSN, and we're just a matter of hours away from the second presidential debate live here at Washington University. You're getting a look at where it's all going to take place, the town hall format on the campus of Washington University. Now, as we mentioned, and as you know, both these candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, are facing new controversies, especially Trump, the Republican nominee, and this leaked video showing him making what can only be described as vulgar and sexually explicit comments about women. Now, as we await for the candidates' arrival and all the pregame stuff, I want to bring in a special guest. We're very glad to have him with us, Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama, a longtime Trump supporter, among the first to rally around the Trump cause many, many months ago. You said this morning on Fox News Sunday, this is not the end of the game, the Trump video and all that has flowed from it. What do you mean by that, and how can you be certain?
Well, nobody can be certain.
Okay.
They could make a pivotal difference in the campaign. History may record that, but there's a movement out there. People are not happy with their government. The government, in my opinion, has not served them well. I think the people are right about that. Donald Trump is speaking for them. He's bringing in Democrats, union members that we haven't gotten in the Republican vote before. He's brought in, actually looks like will be more African Americans voting for him than voting for Romney. So this is a movement that's pretty big, and I don't know that his flaws in this video are the kind of things that will change people's mind. Certainly the Democrats remain loyal to Bill Clinton in the face of much more serious charges.
When you talk about a movement, do you believe it's so resilient that questions of character that used to disable other potential presidential nominees won't apply to Donald Trump? That his character doesn't matter?
Well, nobody's character is perfect. This is a wrong thing. I do not like this kind of talk, and I don't think most Americans do. But he operates in a world of media and beauty pageants and that kind of thing. So I would just say to you, the people are more concerned about Hillary Clinton admitting in a private speech, speaking to millionaire bankers, that I tell you the truth, but I tell the American people something different. That's what Donald Trump is run on through this whole campaign. Washington spins, they tell you things and they don't deliver. They're not honest with you. And I'm going to defend our interests. We're going to fix immigration. We're going to fix trade. Hillary Clinton said, I'm for open borders in that secret meeting with these rich financiers. That's unacceptable. That's a radical position. I also said she's for a universal trade agreement like they have in the European Union for all of the Western Hemisphere, and we're not ready for that.
And in this context, would you argue, as I believe I hear you are, that that is more revealing about Hillary Clinton's core character than what you saw 11 years ago from Donald Trump?
It's more revealing about the things that people care about. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I think that issue has legs. That issue could be real up to the election day. How much more can you say about this? You either have to make up your mind. Is this disqualifying his tape recording statements 11 years ago or not? And so American people will decide this election. I don't think the politicians' endorsements are what is going to make the difference.
Well, you mentioned endorsements. What would you say if this conversation were going on in your own Republican Senate cloakroom and you came across people who 24 to 48 hours ago were with Donald Trump but are not anymore? Kelly Ayotte, Rob Portman, Mike Crapo, John Thune, who's not up for re-election and is sometimes thought of as kind of a stand-in for where your majority leader, Mitch McConnell, is either thinking about going or wants to go. And he said Trump should get out.
Well, people have to make up their own mind about that. But what I'm saying,
but I mean, these are your colleagues, people who have political experience.
What I would say to them is,
theoretically committed to the future of the Republican Party.
I would say to them, you make up your own mind. You're an honest person. You make your own judgment. If you want to talk about that, fine. But I would also say, remember that this candidate got more votes in the Republican primary than any candidate in history. He's bringing in new people to our party. Is this the kind of thing that would disqualify him from being president? Do you want somebody who will defend religious values, will appoint justices to the court that will defend religious values, who's pro-life, who's for less taxes, less regulation, less government, who have a foreign policy that's more realistic than the policies we've been carrying out that have less disasters throughout the Middle East. So I think those things are far more important. And I would urge my colleagues to take a deep breath. Slow down a little bit here. Let's analyze the big picture. We've got two visions of America. If we don't elect Donald Trump, I'm not sure we'll ever get immigration fixed again. Donald Trump will negotiate trade agreements that protect American manufacturing and American jobs and wages, whereas Hillary Clinton is going to continue, as she said in that secret meetings with rich special interests, that she's going to promote more of these trade agreements, and she favors open borders.
Let me ask you a political question. If this tape had come out in the primaries, A, do you think Donald Trump would have survived? And if these transcripts of Hillary Clinton had come out during the Democratic primaries, do you think she would have survived?
I do not know. It's hard to predict those things, but both of those are serious issues. I believe...
Because Bernie Sanders wanted those transcripts out.
Well, he did. That is true. I would say Hillary's comments there are fundamental. They go to the core of who you are. You are a leader of the United States of America, and you basically say to rich
And what
friends,
Donald Trump said is not fundamental to his character.
it's not fundamental to
believe.
the policies that affect America and the leadership.
But it might be to his character.
Well, it does affect his character, but you know others have had difficulties too, presidential candidates and leaders of all shapes, Congress and presidents. So this...
You would put this in a different category.
I put it in a different category for two reasons. One, it's video.
You would never say those things.
I
I've
would
known
not
you a
say
long
that.
time.
I would not say that. I don't say those kind of things. It's wrong to say those kind of things. No doubt about it. But that is a personal matter, a personal feeling, and the question is, does he have the strength, the will? Is he in tune with the American people and what they want for their country? Is he telling them the truth about trade and immigration and a more realistic foreign policy? Is that accurate? And will he actually get that done? We know that Hillary is saying one thing to the public and another thing in private, and that's what people are hot about. People are tired of politicians promising things and never delivering.
Before I let you go, there's a big debate going on, as you well know, within the Trump inner circle. Do you go hard on Bill Clinton's past tonight in this town hall debate, or do you make one reference to it and spend much more time talking about these tapes and other issues about Hillary Clinton? If you were asked, and I bet you have been, what's your advice on that?
Well, I have not been explicitly asked on that, and I would just say Donald Trump will have to be himself. He should, I think his main focus should be to bring this campaign back around to the fundamental issues and the challenges we face as a nation, and that would be preferable to me. How it goes, sometimes you have to defend yourself. Sometimes you have to say something about what Hillary Clinton did in a circumstance of this kind of far more serious nature than one Donald Trump is facing.
Senator Jeff Sessions, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. You're good to come on. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
We'll see
you
you down the campaign trail.